song about birds, and it's a love song. I think I'm going to do a few love songs tonight. Willie knows nothing but pecking on the bough. Ah, but the skies are blue. Never knew till I met you what love could do. Love, oh, love could do. Can't you see our turtle love fly from pine to pine, mourning for his own true love, as I might hear for mine, as I might hear for mine. Blue jay pulls a four-horse plow. Sparrow, why can't you? 'Cause my legs is little and long, they might get broken too. They might get broken too. Redbird sitting on a sycamore limb, singing out his song. Big black snake crawled up that tree and swallowed that poor boy whole. Swallowed that poor boy whole. Well, I'm nothing but a country boy. Money have I known, but there is silver in the moon and gold in the morning sun. Gold in the morning sun. People turning into seals and their life. And they're often very enchanted creatures, wild, beautiful, with wide palms and maybe a little extra skin between their fingers and their toes. Well, I read enough stories about the silkies, and I made up this one. A fisherman was out in his boat one night as the sun was going down, and he was pulling in his tangled nets when he realized he had captured a very large creature in his net. He stood up in his boat that was rocking in the rough seas, and he saw swirling around in the net this huge seal with a big gash in its fin, blood coming out. Well, he was a hunter, so he picks up his rifle, he points it over the boat. He wants to shoot the seal right in the head so he won't ruin the skin, and he's just about to pull the trigger when something very strange happened. The seal just rolls over, and as the seal did that, the sea became calm, and the sun went down very fast, and the stars came out, and he saw them reflecting on the water. But then when he looked again, he saw that it looked like the stars were coming from deep down in the sea. And what was really strange is the seal came towards his boat, still very playfully on its back, going through the water. There was no ripple in the water. There was no separation between the air and the water. And the seal looked up and down the long barrel of that rifle right into his eyes, and then wove a spell around him. And before he knew what he was doing, he just reached over the side of that boat and picked up that seal in the net as though it was light as a feather, placed it down in the bottom of his boat, and as he rowed his boat back past the Sul Skerry. A skerry is an outcropping of rocks where the seals will congregate, and just make a big racket out there on this little island, safe from shore. But But now they were completely silent, watching his boat go by. The seal in the boat, completely silent, snout down on the netting like an old dog, you know, with those whiskers and those dark eyes looking up and into him. Well, this is the story of what happened. On the moonlit shores of Soulskerry, a fisher he mends his tangled nets, where a wounded seal lays on the ground, with eyes that are so deep and dark and round. You have the eyes of one so dear, I wrap you in my coat so warm. But when he opened it at home, up spoke a very strange yet human form. I am a woman on the land, but I'm a silky on the sea. And when I'm far and far from land, my home it is on Soulskerry. A beautiful and strong young maid, her hair was wild, her palms were wide, her wounds were healed by the fisherman. She fell in love and chose to be his bride. High on the cliff she'd watch for him, where the seabirds dive down to the waves, and in the mist above the foam, they're borne aloft to soar on open wings. A sudden storm arose one day. She saw her husband's boat go down. She leapt into the raging sea. Some say that she was never ever found. When you look at this instrument, you see all these strings and you think, how does he know where to hit on that thing? Well, there's a very simple pattern. And out of that simple pattern, you can create these other patterns that create chords. And just like when you look at the stars at night, and you see all these beautiful stars, but then when you draw lines between them, you get constellations. And it's the same thing with the dulcimer, except for I just play on those constellations as though they were a drum. And when I make up tunes, I just get a constellation and just start playing a rhythm on that constellation. But sometimes I get kind of stuck. And I just find that I'm just sort of like, you know, just lifting myself up into this kind of cosmic holding pattern. It's kind of not unlike New Age music, you know. It just kind of goes round and round, and I find myself drifting into the kitchen. And I'm just kind of walking into the kitchen. And I'm gazing into the refrigerator, into the back of the refrigerator. Old food back there. And I look at that and I say, if I'm looking for new and fresh ideas, I'm not going to find them in my refrigerator. So I put my running shoes on and I go out there and I'm jogging along and I'm just feeling great. All this fresh air is coming down through me and these houses are going by and these trees are going by and I'm just jogging and not even thinking about music. And suddenly this tune just kind of leaps up into my mind, you know. Just, and I start dancing it out so I can remember. And I don't see these two mean dogs at the end of the street, but they see me. Spot! Spot, you see what's coming down the street, man? Wake up, Spot! What? I see it. Oh, fast food. And they come out running at me, you know, and they're thinking, and you know, the thing that I hate about dogs like this is when they don't have a chain. Otherwise, I can get along with them. But I'm just running along, all of a sudden I see these two dogs. Oh no, mean dogs! And I try to get away, and I'm stuck in this slow motion groove, and I'm just trying to run, and they're just about to sink their teeth into my most tender spot when I remember dogs relate to high sounds. And they go, ah! And they go, and they just go off behind the house. Well, I saved myself, but I forgot the tune. So I had to sort of recreate that moment. So the next day, when I went out jogging, as I do every day, at least a couple times a year, the tune came back to me, and I'll play just a little taste of it now. It's called Jogging the Memory. And right after that, I'll play a Greek tune called St. Basil's Hymn. a sip of water first. I love water. You know, you can play these bottles. I'm sure all of you have blown across the bottle. Now, if I take another gulp and I blow, will it be higher or lower?
Lower.
Lower. Okay, I'm gonna prove that. Let's sing that note. Now I'm gonna take a gulp and sing and then blow. And when I do that, I'm playing a style of singing that's from West Africa by the forest people, and they play an instrument called the Hindihu. These little bamboo pieces, like this. And then the lower one. And then they sing and blow, and if you put your finger right up here to your mouth like this, and they go, yoof, yoof, and then blow, you get one note. But when you do it with a Hindihu, or a little piece of bamboo panpipe, yoof, 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 yoof. And if I use this other one, you got an even higher note. So they play those things on the way home. So imagine, instead of coming home in a truck, if you came through the forest playing that with about 5 or 6 of your friends, how that would sound. Now, to play the spoons, this is a review for some of the kids that I played for yesterday. Just if they want to get some spoons, you can use metal spoons. These happen to be wooden spoons. And you take 2 spoons, put them back to back like this, get 1 or 2 fingers in between the stems, and then you can get a sound with the 2 spoons that you can't get with the 1 spoon alone. Then you go for the downbeat when your foot goes down, and the upbeat when your foot goes up. And between the downbeat and the upbeat, you bring your hand down and get the uppity beat. When I learned how to do that, things changed for me. I became a member of a ninja spoons gang. Bully number 1 comes up to me in the parking lot, no problem. I'm packing a pair of spoons. I take my spoons out, assume my most awesome martial arts position. Here we have the deadly tail of the serpent or something like that. Here we have the deadly tail of the Thanksgiving turkey. And I'm in that zen-like moment. I don't know what's going to happen to me next, but I know they're going to beat on me, but I'm going to beat them to it. I'm going to beat on myself. That way, I got the beat. They ain't got the beat. I take the beat. I put the beat down. They go to pick up the beat. I take the beat and I beat it. Start off, put a little air in your cheek like this. And then you smack your cheek at the same time as you make the P sound, and you get a sound like this. If you do it wrong, it sounds like this. Okay, you want to synchronize those 2 things. Here we go. Now, I'm going to hide a word, and I want to see if you can find a word. Are you ready? Here we go. Soup. All right, you got it. Okay. Now, I got a hat back here. It's full of words, but these words don't make any sense. I'm going to go get that hat. I'll be right back. Thinking about a thing, and he sat there sitting on a log. When all of a sudden, he said, I'm gonna let another little idea in my head. He scratched his head and he took off his hat, said, I'm gonna get a little dog name.
Red.
So he got a little dog name, because he had a little cat name. Now, some of you are thinking a little too deep on this. I noticed some of you are just watching, and we've got a few people right over here. I think they're smaller than you, but they are coming up with the chorus. So help them out. Don't think deep. Here comes the next verse. Damn dude, this funny old dude, and he had a little fish named Bird. One day he sat sitting there thinking about a thing, what he saw, what he felt, and what he heard. When all of a sudden, he said, I'm gonna let another little idea in my head. Along come a swoosh, along come a swish, along come a little parakeet named Bird. So he got a little bird name, because he had a little fish name. Bird. Now that's better. Damn dude, this funny old dude, and he had a little mouse named Rat. One day he sat sitting there thinking about a thing, and he's satting and he's spitting and he spat. When all of a sudden he said, I'm gonna let another little idea in my head. He took a jog on a log and a lease on the house, and he said, I'm gonna get a little rat name. So he got a little rat name, cause he had a little mouse name. Now, damn dude's funny old dude, and he had a little bear named Lion. One day he sat sitting there thinking about a thing, and he got it when he wasn't even trying. When all of a sudden he said, I'm gonna let another little idea in my head. He thumped his thumbs and he twiddled his hair, said, I'm gonna get a little lion name. So he got a little lion name, cause he had a little bear name. Now, David dude's funny old dude, and he had a little horse named Cow. One day he sat sitting there thinking about a thing, who, what, when, where, then how. When all of a sudden he said, I'm gonna let another little idea in my head. He went through the middle and the middle of the end till he got to the middle of the source. How now there, cow? I'm gonna get you a friend. I'm gonna get a little cow name. So we got a little cow name, cause he had a little horse name. Now that dude's a funny old dude, and he had a little duck named Chick. One day he sat sitting there thinking about a thing, when one of them things went. And all of a sudden he said, I'm gonna let another little idea in my head. He went through the mill and the mire and the muck, and he said, I'm gonna get a little chick name. So he got a little chick name, cause he had a little duck name. Now you guys are so completely on top of this thing that I think you can handle this next bit. It might be a little challenging for the memory banks of some of you, but others, it's gonna be cool. I'm going to take this thing, this last verse, I'm going to spin it around, take it all the way back to the beginning. I'm going to drop some names along the way, and I want to see if you can help me pick them up. So here goes. Dan Book's funny old dude, and he had a little goat named Pig. One day he sat sitting there thinking about a thing so much that he flipped his wig. When all of a sudden he said, I'm going to let another little idea in my head. He went to the gig, he did a little jig, he took off his coat, took a vote and made a note, and then he said, I'm going to get a little pig name. So we got a little pig name, cause he had a little goat name, and he got a little chick name, cause he had a little duck name, and he got a little cow name, cause he had a little horse name, and he got a little lion name, cause he had a little bear name, and he got a little rat name, cause he had a little mouse name, and he got a little bird name, cause he had a little fish name, and he got a little dog name, cause he had a little cat name. Woo! I will send you guys to get groceries any day. Dan McClude, walking down the road, looking real crude with a brand new brood. Had a funny attitude, walking on a latitude, dogitude, catitude, rat-tat-tatitude, duck-billed latitude. Well, I'm trying to ignore what's going on from up here. A beautiful blue sky above, but I'm getting some rain. But you're not fazed by that, are you? I'm gonna do. You like rain after what, weeks and weeks of drought? So this is a. I'll just let it. My dulcimer get a little damp, you know. This song reminds me of the kind of picture books you open up and read to your children as they're going to bed. Just little pictures of animals. It's called Bushy Tail. The squirrel's got a bushy tail and the possum tail is bare. Raccoon tail is ringed all around and stumpy goes the bear. Stumpy goes the bear. Stumpy goes that old brown bear. The quail is a pretty bird and she carries a speckled breast. But she steals up all the farmer's grain and she hides it in her nest. She hides it in her nest. She hides it in her deep full nest. Somebody stole my old coon dog, I wish they would bring him back. He chases the big ones over the fence and the little ones through the cracks. Them little ones through the cracks. Little ones through them wee small cracks. There's a rabbit running down the road. Rabbit, where you going? Look out, brother, get out of my way. There's a hound dog close behind. A hound dog close behind me. A hound dog close behind. There's a possum up a persimmon tree and a raccoon on the ground. Look out, brother, down here below. Won't you shake some Simmons down? Shake some Simmons down. Shake some Simmons down. Here to me. There's a little boy picking out hickory nuts and picking them from the shell. Wondering why squirrels fly, hoping he'll do as well. He's hoping he'll do as well. He's hoping to fly from limb to limb as well. Fox's got a bushy tail, muskrat tail is bare. Rabbit's got no tail at all, just a little tuft of hair. A little tuft of hair. Little tuft of hair. Back Well, now that I have some water coming down on my dulcimer, it reminds me of this little tune that I wrote called Spring Water at Jerry's Run. And so now that the train is passed, we'll have probably another 5 minutes in which we can enjoy this little rain song, Spring Water at Jerry's Run. Earlier, the younger singers sang a song called The Wild Geese, which came from a book by Wendell Berry, a poet in Kentucky. And the book was named The Country of Marriage. And he has a poem called The Country of Marriage, and I adapted it to write this song, which is a love song for people who have been married for a long time, such as myself, somewhere over 30 years. And you don't hear a lot of songs like that on the radio, so I thought that I would, this being the FAM Festival, I would honor all you old lovers out there with a love song, and it's called Walking at Night.
Times have I come to you, out of my head with joy? How many times have I come to you, out of my head with joy? As freely as I breathe, there that was the wind, dreaming I see you there, along warm blooms and the night songs of birds opening around you, walking at night while glowing, walking at night through the regions of the dark, walking at night does not hold us, walking at night returning, walking at night yearning thirsty, yearning thirsty. You are the known way, leading always to the unknown, and you are the known place to which the unknown is always leading me back. You are the known way, leading to the unknown, and you are the known place to which the unknown is always leading me back. How many times have I come to you, out of my head with joy? How many times have I come to you, out of my head with joy? To approach you I have given up life, a man lost in these woods, standing still, saying nothing. There arose in me like the earth's empowering blue, rising in root and branch, the words of a dream of you, walking at night by the dark water, walking at night, the sun is rising, walking at night, the moon and the chasing clouds, walking at night, the stream of blessings, those heavenly blessings, those heavenly blessings. You are the known way, leading always to the unknown, and you are the known place to which the unknown is always leading me back. You are the known way, leading to the unknown, and you are the known place to which the unknown is always leading me back. You are the known way, leading to the unknown, and you are the known place to which the unknown is always leading me.
Thank you very much. I don't have a watch up here. Should I do one more? Okay. Two more. Okay, I'll do two more. This is an old shaker tune called Come Life, Shaker Life. the Famfest people for having me. Paul Siebert over here, your MC. Let's give him a hand. Thank you, Paul. And Elisa Johnson, who's there in my CD tent. And it's not my CD tent, but they're selling my CDs, and if you want to take some of this music home with you, please meet me over there afterwards, and I will sign some CDs. And there's a lot of dulcimer music and some choir songs that I've written with my quartet. The latest one is called Into the Sky, featuring myself with my daughter and 2 other singers. It's my vocal band. So make your way over there and check that out. And I'd also like to thank Wenda and Harry Eckerson, who've been my hosts and who've even let me use their car for the past 4 or 5 days. So thank you, Wenda. I'm sorry I pronounced that wrong. Wenda and Harry. And of course, Jay Ferris, who's been doing a great job on the sound. Thank you so much, Jay. Now I would like to close off with a little poem that I wrote for a camp in Indiana called Camp What You Want to Do. It's an oncology camp for kids suffering from cancer, and they have this camp for a week, and I went there and I wrote this song, and there's a place in here where you can help me. So it goes like this. D-O spells F-U-N is, put an N-E on the back of do, you get a D-O-N-E. N-E, anything won't make you want to skip or hop or jump and sing, because if it makes you yawn and it makes you snore, then why in what the world do you want to do that for? Put a D-O on the front, and there you go, because a D-O do will bring anything through. I said anything through. There's a time for everything, and now is one. Put an N-E on the do and get her done. Now repeat after me. What you want to do?
What you want, what you want to do.
What you want to do?
What you want to do.
What you want to do? Want to do what? How you gonna ever get to ever do that? If I hadn't sat and said, now what am I gonna do? You know, I could have got out of doing a lot of diddly-daddle-do, but I said it, I did it. I had to twiddle a thumb to turn a diddly-daddy day into a fun phenomenon. I said a fun phenomenon. Boredom, monotony is something you can overcome, and any on the do will get her done. What you want to do?
What you want, what you want to do.
What you want to do?
What you want to do,
Want to do what? How you gonna ever get to ever do that? Now here's a guy that says can't do, can't do, can't do, can't do. Another dude says I can't pick, I can't pick, I can't pick. What you can't, you can't do or can't pick. You're in a can't, pickle. Pick anything, dude, because anything will do, but don't be too picky, baby, or you won't get to. Go ahead, pick and choose anything, time, place, or anyone. You ought to get a lot of what you want to do done if you're putting any on to do. Now watch out. What you want to do. What you want to do. You want to watch your TV? Or you want to go out and skiddly-dap-a-doo-wah? How you going to ever get to ever do that? Running in the water from a fire hydrant. Skip a hop or jump a rope on a pavement. Swinging like a monkey from an apple tree. Shouting alley, come free. Hide and seek and lost and found. And the sun and the moon goes round and round. Chase around a firefly, put it in a jar. You twinkle, twinkle, little star. At the end of the day, there's a lot that you've begun, and you fall asleep on anything, and everything's one. I said everything's one. You and the any on the do are undone, but you fall asleep on anything, and everything's one. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.